During the past few years, I pretty much ignored most of what's been going on in the fitness industry. I just find it to be so much noise, and I prefer to be more creative rather than reactive with the information I share. I prefer my advice to come from within. But just today, I caught myself scrolling through social media, and I gotta say, I was feeling really disheartened with what the fitness industry has become lately. First post I saw was from a fellow coach who was saying that the single leg curl is garbage because of its poor resistance profile, that you should only do the lying leg curl instead. It reminds me of last year seeing a lot of people sharing information that the lat pull down was garbage for working the lats. It only worked the upper back until they came across a study that did show like lat pull down does work the lats just as much as the upper back. They kind of changed their perspective there. I just find this kind of talk, like saying certain exercises are garbage, is just causing more overwhelm and confusion unnecessarily. Sure, there are some exercises that are more effective than others. Some exercises are going to create more mechanical tension. Some exercises are going to stimulate more muscle fibers. Doesn't mean that those are the exercises that you should only perform. I think all exercises have their place. It's great to kind of prevent some overuse injuries, and it's great to make sure that you are stimulating every muscle fiber possible. Sure, the lying leg curl may be better than the single leg curl, but I think there's advantages to incorporating the single leg curl in your yearly training plan. I think just the change could spark some muscle fiber growth that may not be impacted from the lying leg curl. And again, it's just the novelty factor and sparking your enthusiasm, keeping some things fresh and changing things up can create even greater effort in the gym as well. So I just kind of, I just get this sour taste in my mouth when I see everyone like criticizing certain exercise and don't do this and don't do that and waving their fingers in the air. Just kind of drives me a little bit crazy there. The other thing I came across next was another coach criticizing people for wanting to change their workout program every 6 to 8 weeks. They're being harsh. Like, what are you thinking? How can you do that? I'm tired of hearing the same thing. Like, asking me to change your workout program every 6 to 8 weeks. And they're saying that you should only be focused on progressive overload. Stick with the same plan for as long as you can and continue to increase the weight and reps. When you can no longer increase the weight and reps, then you can change your workout program. But they're saying this without context. Like, what's the demographic you're speaking to here? If it's like newer lifters, even somewhat novice and intermediate lifters, maybe you can continue to progress. But the more years of training you've got under your belt, the slower you're going to be able to increase your strength gains and eke out more reps with the same weight. Otherwise, I mean, we would be seeing like in powerlifting contests, the 60 and 70-year-olds who've been training for decades would have a greater advantage in strength than someone in their 30s. And that's not the case. Like the reason we have weight classes for like 60, 70, 80 years old is because they're not as strong as the 30-year-olds anymore. You get to the point where they do start like just holding on to your strength is going to become your battle at that point, and celebrating the fact that you're able to kind of hold on to your strength, or even it just goes down a little bit. You're just trying to slow down the decline as we age. So again, if you're just like drilling home, you got to progress. That is oftentimes what leads to people experiencing injuries. I coach a client who is 70 years old, and he's like, man, I just haven't been able to increase my lateral raise in a while now. What's wrong with me? Like, what am I doing wrong here? And it's no, like if you're able to hold on, you're able to maintain the same weight that you've been lifting for the lateral raise all this time at 70 years young, you are kicking butt. I can't remember the last time I've been able to increase my performance with the lateral raise. Like just being able, like once you get to a point, like lifting 30-pound dumbbells for the lateral raise with good quality form, like even trying to like 32.5 pounds, it's a challenge and my form starts to slide a bit. It's just not in me at this point. So trying to force progress oftentimes leads to injury. And again, another client in one of my coaching clients in his 40s as well, sent me a message the other day. He's in a muscle building phase right now. So he's expecting like, okay, now that I'm out of a deficit, I'm in a calorie surplus right now, I should be able to see strength gains all the time right now. And he's like, man, like all my sets for this exercise, I only got 11 reps for each of them, whereas last week I was able to get 12. I'm really disappointed in myself. Like, did you give your best effort? Like, is that all you could do? Did you have another rep? And he's like, no, like that's all I had. Like, dude, like celebrate that. Like that's all we should be focused on this. But if you give your absolute best effort in the gym, that's what you should be focused on. That's what you should be celebrating, not hitting specific numbers or anything like that. Like that's the kind of stuff, again, when I see clients getting disappointed in themselves because they're not adding weight on the bar, they're not hitting reps, I'm like, no, there's more to it than that. And there's so many factors that go into your strength for that specific workout. Like if you didn't get a great night's sleep last night, maybe you were up, your one of your kids had a sporting event, so you stayed up later than normal and you didn't get the normal sleep that you would, and maybe that's going to have an impact on your performance in the gym. But do you feel disappointed in that? You're like, man, I wish I could have gone to bed at an earlier time last night. No, like celebrate that you're out with your family late. You're got to watch your kids compete there, and that you're in the gym giving your best effort based on the current situation. Maybe you had a stressful day at work and you're not able to give like your performance decreases, but you still gave your best effort and focus that you could in that training session. You celebrate that. So progressive overload comes in many different shapes and forms. It's not just increasing load on the bar. It's not just increasing the reps. You can improve the quality of form that you're performing. You can focus on increasing volume over time. That's one of my preferred methods. Like I agree, you want to kind of stick with a training plan for an extended period of time, like 8 to 16 weeks, I think is fantastic to follow a certain split. But like in the Jacked at 40 Club, we still change the plan every 4 weeks or each month. But it's a subtle change. It's the same split, but we add a little bit of volume, maybe add a set or two to the training. So you increase your progressive overload by adding more total volume to the training set. Maybe add in an intensity technique to challenge your body, like a drop set at the end of an exercise to challenge your body a little bit more. Maybe just swap out one isolation exercise. Maybe that workout, like have been doing lying leg curls for months and months now. It's time to swap that out for a single leg curl where you're standing up. You have fun. You just subtle changes. Don't overhaul the entire program. Subtle change over the course, like every 4 weeks, in like increasing volume, a couple little exercise swaps, maybe change the intensity technique. That keeps things fresh. It keeps you progressing and it keeps it fun. So people, we love the novelty fit. We love even just that little bit of change is enough to spark your enthusiasm while challenging your body even more than the previous 4 weeks. So you're sticking with the same plan, subtle little changes, challenge yourself even more while sparking your enthusiasm. I think that's a great way to go rather than, so because you feed people's needs. Like they want to change the program. All right, we're going to change it subtly, but don't criticize them for wanting to change it. We like variety. We like novelty. It keeps things exciting, it keeps being fun. And if that keeps people consistent, you're always drilling home the message. Like the most important thing is consistency. If modifying the program slightly every 4 weeks keeps people more consistently and having fun and giving their best effort more and more all the time, celebrate that. Don't criticize someone for wanting to do that. The next thing I came across, I see this all the freaking time. Same day, like in this message, just so many things that made me just feel like disheartened with what's been going on in the fitness industry. Is like discouraging people from getting lean and having abs, saying that you're going to be unhappy, you're going to be miserable, you're going to be food phobic, and that I just find is not the case for most people. I know very few people who feel like crap when they're lean. I mean, we're not talking stage lean or anything like that, but having abs for a lot of people can feel really good, especially after you are done the deficit, you achieve that goal, you bump up your calories to maintenance level calories, you're energized again, you feel great. And I was just speaking, I had a great comment from Craig Rowley. Craig Rowley, I hope that's your last name, from Grey Wolf Fitness there. He said like when he's lean, he finds that there's like when he has a cheat day, there's less spillover. Like there's not as big of an impact. So he's not food phobic. He has that day and doesn't notice as much of an impact when he has it. Like other people are saying, oh no, it's gonna be, you have a cheat day, your abs are gonna wash out, you're gonna be miserable and all this stuff, food phobic. I don't find that the case with most people out there. And then, God forbid you use the word cheat day, because again, I saw someone else today, like so many things I'm seeing today, like, what's going on with our industry today? Criticizing people for using the word cheat day, saying that that's just it's bad psychology, it's a negative thinking and making you think of terrible things. It's just like if you say cheat day with your foods, you're going to think of cheating on your spouse or cheating on a test. I'm like, God, no, it's got nothing to do. And they're like saying, instead of saying when you're having pizza and all this stuff, instead of calling it cheat day, just say you're having pizza. Right? Words matter. And it's like, no, the words itself really doesn't matter all that much. It's what you think, the feelings that you associate, the emotions that you associate with that word. I can think of cheat day, and it's just, to me, I'm like, I remember it's the days like Body for Life. We had that cheat day, and there's just a way of eating that I don't normally eat all the time. I can have a meal here and there. Mind you, I don't use cheat day very much anymore, or cheat meal. I just kind of use food. I know where they're coming from with it all, but I mean, you think about it. If you say the word bread or you say the word carbs, people get some negative emotions with that. So do we no longer call it carbs because it freaks people out? No longer call it bread because it freaks people out? Bread's going to make me fat or anything. Well, no, saying the word bread isn't going to shouldn't is not the thing. It's your feelings in regards to bread. You can call it bread anything you want. People are going to still have the feelings with it. Don't call it a cheat day. Call it pizza and bread. People are still going to have the same kind of feelings as when they're using cheat day. So it's getting you to think differently about those foods rather than changing the word. It doesn't really mean anything. So if you want to use cheat day, use cheat day. Use treat day, treat meal, whatever the heck you want to call it. I don't care. Just it's the feelings you attach to it. So just again, it really comes down to criticizing. I just find that's the issue that I'm seeing right now. Why I am so disheartened with the fitness industry is like most of the information I am seeing going through my feed is coaches criticizing other influencers or criticizing other people. Like I know, I get it. Like some people, it's their business model is to kind of show you what not to do or to call out the people who are saying nonsense out there. Okay, maybe we need police out there to say like, no, this is a bunch of nonsense. But I just, for myself personally, I subscribe to positive psychology and just sharing information that is positive. Like do this instead of don't do that kind of thing. It's just doing more of what you love. Like there are no absolutes in any of this. There is no absolute best exercise that you should incorporate all the time. There is no absolute duration that you should follow a certain workout program for. There is no absolute level of leanness that you should be to feel your best, perform your best. Like there are no absolutes in this. It's probably why I encourage you to kind of think for yourself, like have that heightened sense of awareness with what feels best to you, what brings you greatest joy to this process, what allows you to thrive, not so much what I share my journey, I share my experiences, what allow me to thrive, but I don't expect you to get out on your paddleboard every single day or do yoga just because I like to incorporate yoga and do training, certain splits that I do. Like, no, I share my experience. This is what allows me to get lean and stay lean, but it's more like telling you, like, this is the things that allow me to feel my best. This is what allows me to thrive. I want you to focus on what allows you to thrive. Feel your best, living your life to the fullest. That is truly what this is all about. So again, like I know this is kind of criticizing here, but I adding to more criticism out there because I'm criticizing people criticizing. So this is it. I try to keep most of my information positive, but yeah, it hit me in the feels just seeing what the fitness industry has become so critical of others, just picking apart other influencers, picking apart other coaches. Like, all right, let's just share the love. Like we're overcomplicating the process. So just let people have fun. Lift, have fun, do the things that bring great joy to your life. That's my rant for the day. Probably the last time you'll see me criticize anything for a very, very long time. We'll be back to our regular positive programming coming up in the next video. But I would really love to hear your thoughts on all of this, what you think you see is going on in the fitness industry, what you would, like if you enjoy seeing people call out the crappy stuff that is going on out there. If you'd rather see more positives, just tell me the good things that I can do to improve myself, to improve my life, my overall well-being. So please take a moment to drop a comment down below. And if you enjoyed today's video, please do me a favor and smash that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that alert button so you're notified each time I upload a video. If you know a fellow bro who would benefit from watching today's video, please do me a favor and share it with them. Before you go, don't forget to download your free guide, Lose Fat, Get Jacked. Have yourself an amazing day. Catch you next video.